Hello, welcome to this Crystals and Chakras series where you can find inspiration for soul healing, consciousness expansion, and the joy of life. So, today we're going to talk about red jasper and how this crystal, the stone, can be an inspiration for you, can be an ally in your life to create more well being and more peace, because this is the general attribute of red jasper. It's the master stone of peace, like the peace of Mother Earth. That's what the Native Americans, a lot of Native American cultures would say about this stone, that it is the peace of Mother Earth in the form of a crystal. So that means it's rhythmic. It brings this rhythm of life that's very organic, this flow in which everything gets accomplished in divine timing. So red jasper belongs to the trigonal system, and it aligns the root chakra and the crown chakra. So we're basically going to talk about how this stone, because it's red, aligns the root chakra in its most basic features. So what the root chakra does for us, it's the center of stability in our bodies, right? It's the center of safety. It's also where we feel grounded and in a sense of well-being in our own bodies. So it really has to do with feeling good about the physical world, the material world, and physicality. It's also the center of survival, our sense of survival, how we survive in the world. So the root chakra is benefited immensely when you connect to red jasper energy. The color just allows this chakra to be balanced so that it's not all over the place when we feel fear. Because we have a whole huge spectrum of emotions, and fear is what most imbalances the root chakra. And I have not yet known a better tool to help us with fear in the emotional level, right? The general emotional benefit that you get from red jasper is the release of excessive fear. Because fear is something that is innate to us, it helps us survive in divine proportion when it makes sense, right? So our ancestors were running away in jungles from predators or escaping from cataclysms, from natural disasters. We need fear in order to protect ourselves. But we don't need to be fearful all the time. And whenever we're fearful all the time and fearing for our survival or thinking about our survival all the time, we become stressed out. So it really is depleting on our adrenal glands. There is a lot of cortisol production that could be, balanced. And red jasper just contributes to your sense of safety and peace and well being so that you don't become so stressed out, and then everyone benefits. All your cells benefit, your body benefits, your adrenals, everything just works so much better when you're not in stress mode all the time, right? So there are many emotional benefits when it comes to red jasper. One of the things that triggers fear and that creates a specific behavior in our lives is when we think that everything we don't know is detrimental to us, may be risky, may bring some sort of loss in our lives. So we don't want to have that kind of aversion to change. We want to welcome change in a healthy way. Since red jasper brings peace, it allows you to be centered so that you can evaluate if that kind of change that will be beneficial for you, that will bring expansion for you, is something you should pursue, and that will make your life better, right? So that fearful mindset it really starts to dissolve the more you allow the energy of red jasper to help you in your life. Another thing that it works beautifully with on the emotional level is to get us out of helplessness and out of victimhood. So when we feel like we can't survive on our own, that we have lost our sense of self-reliance, because a balanced root chakra is very much about self-reliance. You know you can survive. As an adult human being, you know that you have the resources and the tools to provide for yourself, and you feel safe in your community. This is a great attribute of red jasper too. It's a stone that allows you to feel safe in your community, that you have people around you that can support you and help you. So it brings a lot of peace when we feel that way, right? So on the emotional level, it also helps us, as I said, get out of fear mode and more self-reliant, and it is amazing to get us out of victim mode. Whenever we start getting tempted with the poor me, everything bad happens to me, we don't allow ourselves to entertain those thoughts anymore. The more we work with red jasper energy, the more we allow red jasper to be an inspiration for us in our lives. Another thing that it really contributes to the mental benefits, if you will, of this stone is that we develop a mindset of goodwill. So instead of judging others, we choose to become more cooperative. Remember, I talked about the sense of community, right? On the emotional level, you feel that you have support. On the mental level, you become proactive in the sense that you can be a support pillar of light for someone else or for your community. You feel self reliant and that you have enough energy and enough resources to help other people in need if they need your help. So it's this beautiful sense of belonging that, again, is the peace of Mother Earth, that we feel like we are all connected on all levels of life and that we don't have to be scared of the world all the time. So when we are working with root chakra energy and the vibration of survival and feeling safe in our homes, feeling safe with our finances, we have enough to buy the bread and butter, we have enough to have a roof over our heads, we have enough resources to clothe ourselves, right? So to provide for ourselves on the material level. All of that depends on your mindset as well. So if you entertain toxic thoughts that you can't support yourself, that the world is dangerous, that there's scarcity all the time, you're not in alignment and you're not helping your root chakra work properly. So since we know that our thoughts create our realities, this stone really benefits your thinking in not allowing yourself to entertain thoughts of scarcity and thoughts of judgment towards others, because this is a stone that encourages cooperation, a sense of community. So you will entertain, if you choose to do this, thoughts of goodwill towards other people, even towards strangers. You're not going to be gullible. You're not going to be risking yourself out there. This is such a powerful crystal to give you the sense of proportion of things. Because one of the things that fear does to us is to amplify things and get them way out of proportion. And then we develop imaginary fears that really don't have much to do with reality. So this is a stone that brings you sobriety, that brings you a sense of reality that is just so beautiful and that makes you feel comfortable. Because this is a stone that brings a sense of well-being on all levels, emotional, mental, and also physical, right? So if you have physical discomforts, this is another attribute that I really want to mention here. If in any level or way you don't feel comfortable in your body, this stone is going to encourage you to find solutions on that level. Because red jasper is a great problem solver when problems are really small. It will stimulate you to find solutions fast so that you don't allow your problems to snowball. So this is a powerful stone not to allow procrastination. And the beauty of red jasper is that it is not a stone that works really fast, that creates, shifts in a very fast way, but it is consistent, it is rhythmic, it has the rhythm of Mother Earth, as I said, right? This organic flow of things that are always arranging and rearranging themselves. For example, if you look at a plant, it is always growing. You don't see it grow because it grows minimally every day, but it is always growing, right? There is movement happening in the vegetable world, which is kind of the energy of red jasper. Though it is connected to the earth, and it's very much an earth element stone, the rhythm and the movement that it inspires you to be connected to is the rhythm of Mother Gaia. It is the rhythm of nature. It's just such a beautiful stone in that level. Another thing that I want to mention about red jasper that's a beautiful attribute of this stone is that it is nurturing, as I said, in divine proportion, and it provides you a sense of health. You feel like you can be healthy and you can create your health. So it's inspiring when choosing everything that will contribute to your health. One example is your productivity in the day. So it really stimulates you to be productive, but it also stimulates you to rest enough so that you can keep and maintain your health, the health of the physical body, right? It's going to inspire you into activities that really have to do with self-care, but it is never going to be a stone that is going to stimulate you to be lazy. So it's just the divine proportion of enough movement, enough rest, a proper diet so that you take care of your body as nature intended without overstimulating it, without overaction, and without amplifications. So I love red jasper in the sense that it is nurturing, it is abundant, but it is a stone of sobriety and divine proportion that will bring you thoughts and actions, that will inspire you in thoughts and actions that provide the best of life when it comes to your perfect survival. Okay, so this is a very beautiful, powerful attribute of red jasper. And last but not least, when it comes to the spiritual realm, what are the spiritual benefits of red jasper? First of all, it encourages you the awareness that we all belong to Mother Earth, that we are part of Gaia. So it stimulates you to be in contact with nature and to behave more as nature intended, not only on a mental level, but also on the emotional level and on the physical level. So it is a connection that you make with Mother Gaia to know that you belong to her and that she belongs to you. So that spiritual subtle awareness is part of red jasper energy. A second powerful thing about red jasper when it comes to spirituality, it is a stone of peace. And we have to understand that peace does not mean the lack of conflict. So remember, I told you it is about solutions to problems, problem solving, and addressing problems right in the beginning so they don't snowball. When it comes to peace, and I know this is counterintuitive, red jasper inspires you to be honest with everyone around you for the benefit of everybody involved, and to be assertive and firm when you need to address necessary conflict. Because peace has to do with living in a diversity realm, right? In the presence of diversity, in the presence of plurality. So there is no way you can avoid conflict all the time. We don't want to avoid conflict. We want to avoid violence. We want to avoid conflict when it snowballs, right? We want to be assertive but not aggressive. We want to set healthy boundaries and not be doormats. And we can't allow any type of abuse. So conflict is going to happen, but it doesn't have to happen in an out of proportion way. So one of the ways that you can find peace in your life is to address conflict with assertiveness, with this intention of creating peace, respecting others, but respecting diversity and understanding that necessary conflict is part of being in a peaceful society, and it's part of living in peace. So this is a very powerful attribute of red jasper that I wanted to bring to you. And last but not least, how do you use the stone? Having the knowledge, which brings you consciousness expansion already, right? We know that. How can you use the stone in practical ways? So I'm going to teach you 3 ways to use red jasper that can really bring shifts to your life in a very powerful way. One of them, which is a practice that is very well known in the crystal world, is to put red jasper under your pillow. Not all crystals should be put under your pillow, okay? I'm going to say this right now. Some crystals are very stimulating and they're not going to allow you to have a restful sleep. But red jasper is wonderful. So if you have sleep issues, as I said, this stimulates your sleep, right? So putting a red jasper under your pillow is a great practice for you to benefit from this peace, this restful moment these restful moments of your sleep or hours of sleep that you need, right? So this is one of the practices that I recommend with red jasper. A second one is to meditate with it. So I recommend 10 to 15 minutes a day when you meditate to hold a crystal in your hand in mandala mudra. So a mudra is a hand position that stimulates your peaceful meditation. This is called mandala mudra. So you place your one hand, I'm going to do it without the stone first. One hand on top of the other, place your thumbs together so you're creating a circle, right? So this is a mandala. And I've been doing this for 2 decades plus in my life, and it works beautifully. So you place a stone on one of your hands, and you do the mandala mudra with a stone in the middle. So you just sit down quietly for meditation with a stone in your hand for 10 to 15 minutes. Just do this with red jasper. It's going to be so powerful. It's really an amazing way to benefit from all the goodness that red jasper has to offer you. And a third way to benefit from red jasper is to hold a stone in your hand actively. So some crystals, I will recommend that you use them as jewelry. It's nice for them to be resting in specific places of your body. So all crystals are great for jewelry. But in the case of red jasper, I believe that having a stone like this, it can be the same one that you put under your pillow, but during your day, hold a red jasper in your hand and just say this affirmation. Because what you want to do whenever you're feeling fearful or that you're feeling that you're in conflict and that you need peace, you need the peace of Mother Earth, you can do this as a self-care practice, as a self-love practice. Hold a red jasper in your hand and say the affirmation, and the affirmation is going to amplify the benefits of the internal geometry and the color of the stone. You can say to yourself, I am healthy and I am safe, all right? Because this really helps people who have hypochondriac tendencies, who fear diseases. All of that is a root chakra thing, right? All of those types of thoughts, negative thoughts, have to do with your root chakra. When you fear diseases all the time, it's one of the root chakra imbalances. So you can say to yourself, I am healthy and I am safe. This is your mind focusing on the best of life and the benefits of red jasper. If you feel that you need to protect yourself from others, not just in the physical sense from violence, but also from psychic attacks. I see a lot of people here that are so worried about other people's thoughts and who hates me, who envies me, who should I be aware of. Even if people have toxic thoughts towards you, think negatively of you, it doesn't have to affect you if you develop a healthy, energetic immune system. But what your best immune system is your mind. It starts with your thoughts. So the more you affirm, I am healthy and I am safe. I am healthy and I am safe. You're going to start hypnotizing your subconscious mind, and you are going to feel better if you do this consistently on a daily basis. I cannot stress this enough. If you commit to your self-love, to your self-esteem, to the improvement of your life, and do these daily, these are so easy, right? Sleeping with a red jasper under your pillow for good sleep. Holding a red jasper when you do your meditation practice, and I suggest Mandala Mudra, 10 to 15 minutes in silence. It is so powerful. And holding a red jasper with this affirmation, I am healthy and I am safe. This can be life-changing. It is a total game changer. And I can't wait for this to happen with more people, because the ones that I've taught this to, the people who have tested these, have really shifted their lives because they've committed to the best of all levels of existence. So I want this for you too. I want you to benefit from this as much as possible, and I hope that this knowledge was useful. We have so much more ahead of us, so many other crystals to tap into, their energy, their benefit. And as I said, this is a place for your soul healing if necessary, for your consciousness expansion, and for you to connect to the joy of life. So comment below if you have any questions, if you want to share any of your experiences. I can't wait to learn about what you think of all this. If you want to add to the knowledge, I will be more than happy to connect with you and know and understand your thoughts and learn more from you too. So don't be shy, comment your experience, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.